time. Looks like an EMP landing down on some of the Templar and some of the Protoss forces, but some of the Templars still have Storm. Braddock trying to bring his SCVs to repair this planetary fortress, but the Storm landing down to obliterate all those SCVs and the Bionic forces. The Colossi are outranging the planetary fortress as well, and this is not good for Braddock. His Marines are actually going to take out this pylon, but that is a small price to pay for possibly losing this command center down here. His income now still 40 under 57. Looks like he was able to pump out some harvesters, but Zoc still has map control. He's going to go straight for the natural, and it doesn't look like Braddock going to be able to do anything about it. He's going to land some beautiful EMPs though, but the Storm just going to obliterate the infantry once again. More EMPs from the south. Braddock here is going to go for a pincer maneuver, and somehow, some way, is going to kill off that Protoss army, and the Marines here actually possibly could take out this Nexus. Oh my goodness, a Storm and Zealots coming through to save the Nexus at the last possible second. But look at that income tab. 59 harvesters to 27, so the tables have just suddenly taken a drastic turn in favor of Zoc. He was able to kill 18 harvesters under 60. Oh my goodness, this thing updates slow as heck. I think this income tab might be on like AOL free mode or something, but anyways, Braddock is really hurting right now for money. He's at 300 compared to 1,000 minerals per minute. Looks like he's gonna go for a drop attack here. This is all he's got left. Try to abuse Terran mobility to somehow eke out a victory. If he can kill off a Nexus or two, that would be huge. He's also got Marauders now. He's needed this for the longest time. He's gonna kill off this Colossus. Oh my goodness, he takes out a Colossus in transition, and looks like some Marauders and Marines gonna go for an attack here at this Nexus. He's gonna kill off the Nexus. Oh my goodness, somehow, some way, gonna pull himself back into this game. Probes and Zealots coming back to fight. But I cannot believe that Braddock has pulled himself back into this game. Even though he's down in harvesters, now's the time for him to pump out a bunch of harvesters and even out that economy, because he's killed off a Nexus. Zoc now only on one mining base, and Braddock also on one as well. He lacks saturation, however. Looks like it's a pure Bionic Force, Ghosts, Marauders, and Marines, and dropships, and some of the dropships still hovering behind these bases. Look for them to do damage as the game continues forward. Zoc now at 104 army, Braddock at 73, so Braddock's still on the back foot, even though he made some great attacks, two-pronged attacks, dropping off paratroopers here inside the main, and then going for a stim snipe on the Nexus. He is still really far behind. I mean, he's got Ghosts. That's one thing that's going to help him out. We have a Void Ray coming out of the production tab for the Protoss forces, and that is going to help a lot as well, because Braddock right now doesn't really have that many Marines anymore, or at least not as much as he had before. Braddock doesn't even have any researches for his Ghosts. I would have thought it would have been nice to see some nukes, you know, drop off some nuclear Ghosts inside the main, but looks like two Marauders here gonna try to go for a stim snipe on this Templar Archives, but of course with that warp technology from the Protoss forces, Zoc is going to be able to deal with these Marauders just fine. And the Void Ray also coming in. Oh, it looks like the dropship got taken out by a feedback there, and that was great, of course, from Zoc, killing off the threat of the dropship looming overhead from the Protoss main. So now let's take a look at Zoc. He's now trying to secure a fourth base, which is going to put him at about 3 mining bases. His income is still pretty much still higher than the Terran player. The harvester count, of course, way higher. Braddock needs to pump out more SCVs. Let's see what he's getting on that production tab, getting 1 or 2. He's also getting, he's transitioned into pretty much a mass Marauder force. Oh my goodness, does Braddock see the threat coming from the south? These Void Rays gonna try to go in and do some damage, but Braddock wisely getting some turrets here to defend his planetary fortress from the Void Rays, and I think the air is going to be warded away by the missile turrets. Braddock also has some Marauders and Ghosts. He's still just walking around the base with his army, and it looks like the turrets are going to ward away these Void Rays. So Zoc trying to transition into Void Rays to make something happen, but it isn't really going to be all that effective. Also, some Marines coming in to push these away, and I think for now Braddock is going to hold on to this last command center. And this is really, if he loses this, then he's pretty much out of this game, because his natural is nearly mined out, so he has to hold on to this base. But of course, wow, my goodness, Zoc now at 71 harvesters. He's controlling the fourth base and the third base. He's got so much economy. Braddock trying to secure another expansion. A Warp Prism just kind of chilling here. Look for this to drop off some deadly forces as the game continues to progress. Not sure what happened to the Void Rays there. I guess it kind of just died. Most likely to the Vikings that Bratok has now started to push out of his base, out of those starports. And of course, Vikings are very, very good against Void Rays. Here we go though, Sock is morphing in one Templar, he's warped in 3 Zealots to assist that Templar as well. Look for this Templar to do some damage, possibly go up here and storm these SCVs once again. We've seen Storm do so much work in this game so far. A dropship also coming out for Bratok. Looks like the Zealots and the Templar have pushed forward down here at the 6. Gonna try to do some damage, but Marauders also dropping off into the main. Oh my goodness, multi-pronged attacks from all possible directions, but the Colossus should be able to handle. Once again, Bratok tried to take out this Templar Archives, but was not successful, and the 3 Zealots and the Templar here gonna try to land a storm on one of these bases. But a scan goes down, and I think Bratok is going to deal with this quite easily. One storm going down, but not really doing that much damage. Nice control from Bratok to get out of harm's way. Also, a Marauder just kind of chilling up here at the 12, ladies and gentlemen. We have so much multi-pronged, multitasking attacks right now for both players. No doubt both of them really spamming that APM away. Looks like Zoc at almost near 200 APM, averaging 160 and 180 each player's apiece. And really, they're just struggling to control multi-pronged attacks and trying to defend and be aggressive at the same time. Looks like Bratok gonna drop off yet another Marauder, and a feedback landing on the dropship, and a storm to finish it off. Nice control there from Zoc to handle the paratrooper attack force. And at this point in the game, it almost looks like Zoc is still ahead in terms of bases. 82 harvesters over 34. He's at 186 food. Bratok is at 149. Bratok trying to secure another command center, but this Warp Prism is going to make it very difficult to do that. It also looks like Zoc is now controlling the 3rd mining base, which is going to be his 6th base total. So he's really in a firm position of control. Not quite sure what Zoc's gonna be able to do. An EMP laying down and a snipe to follow it up as well. Wow, these ghosts are so effective against Templar, but still, I don't think Bratok realizes there's a Warp Prism there, and he really needs to take out this Prism if he wants to secure this expansion. So cleverly placed Warp Prisms for Zoc to allow him to mobilize and get troops wherever he needs it. Looks like Bratok now gonna drop off some of his Marauders and Marines into the Protoss 6th base right behind the steam vents, and he's gonna try to stim off and snipe this Nexus. That would be absolutely huge. Some Templars morphing in, trying to storm away the Marauders and Marines, and it looks like it's gonna be a close battle, but I think that Bratok is going to be able to snipe out this Nexus because the majority of Zoc's forces are all up inside the center of the map. Looks like another drop force landing behind the natural base. Oh my goodness, so much action going on right here as Bratok is going to try to snipe out this Nexus. He is going to be able to take it down.